It's March 6, 1940, and the temperature reads minus 43 degrees Fahrenheit. Second Lieutenant Simo Häyhä is lying in a snow trench somewhere in the Kollaa sector of eastern Finland. He's been in this position for 7 hours without moving. There's a thin layer of snow packed into his mouth, deliberate, calculated, because breath condensation at minus 43 degrees Fahrenheit creates visible fog that gives away a sniper's position. He learned that on day 3. It's now day 98. Through iron sights, no scope, never a scope, Hayha is watching a Soviet position 450 meters away. The arithmetic is simple. Wind, 8 miles per hour from the northwest. Temperature drop affects bullet trajectory by roughly 2 inches per 100 yards at this range. He's made this calculation 504 times before. This will be number 505. The Mosin Nagant M/28-30 rifle weighs 9.3 pounds. Effective range with iron sights. Most marksmen say 300 meters maximum. Hayha operates at 450 meters as standard. The rifle holds 5 rounds. He's fired approximately 2,525 rounds in the last 98 days. His confirmed kill rate, 20%. That's not marksmanship. That's impossible. Here's what the Soviet Red Army knows. There's a Finnish sniper operating in the Kollaa sector. Height, approximately 5 foot 3 inches. Kills per day, average 5.1. They've sent entire counter-sniper teams to eliminate him. 12 Soviet snipers have attempted to kill Hayha specifically. All 12 are dead. The Soviets have a name for him now, Belaya Smrt, White Death. Here's what Hayha knows. In approximately 4 minutes, a Soviet officer is going to check the same position he's checked every day at 1447 hours. Soviet military discipline is predictable. Habits are fatal. Hayha's breathing has slowed to 4 breaths per minute. His heart rate, 41 beats per minute. In the next 240 seconds, he will take shot number 505. What Hayha doesn't know, can't know, is that in exactly 4 minutes and 17 seconds, a Soviet counter-sniper 180 meters to his left is going to fire an explosive bullet directly into his face. The bullet will destroy his lower left jaw completely, remove 11 teeth, shatter his upper jaw. The impact will be equivalent to being hit in the face with a sledgehammer traveling 2,800 feet per second. By every statistical measure, Simo Häyhä will be dead before sunset. He will not die. He will wake up from a coma 11 days later. The same day the Winter War Peace Treaty is signed, he will live for another 62 years with half his face reconstructed. And when journalists ask him decades later, "How did you become the best sniper in history?" his answer will be 2 words: practice. But that's not where this story starts. Simo Häyhä came into the world on December 17, 1905, in the municipality of Rautjärvi in southeastern Finland, near the Russian border. His family were farmers, not wealthy farmers, not landowners with hundreds of acres, subsistence farmers, the kind where everyone works. Simo was the second youngest of 8 children. His father, Juho, owned roughly 40 acres of forest and field. The entire family survived on what they could grow, hunt, and preserve through Finland's brutal winters. By age 5, Simo was helping with winter hunting. By age 7, he was carrying his father's rifle, a Mosin Nagant Model 1891, standard Finnish infantry rifle, weighing nearly as much as he did. By age 10, he could hit a moving rabbit at 75 meters. Finnish winter hunting isn't recreational, it's survival. November through March, temperatures drop to minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit regularly. Snowfall can reach 6 feet. You hunt in darkness. The sun rises at 9:30 a.m. and sets at 2:45 p.m. in December. That's 5 hours of usable daylight. If you don't bring back meat, the family doesn't eat. Simo learned 3 rules early. Rule 1, 1 shot, 1 kill. Ammunition costs money the family doesn't have. Rule 2, stay still. Movement in snow is visible for kilometers. Rule 3, patience is survival. A rabbit will move eventually. You will not. By age 17, Simo had logged an estimated 2,000 hours of winter hunting. He knew how cold affected gunpowder burn rates. He knew how wind at minus 30 degrees Fahrenheit behaved differently than wind at plus 30 degrees Fahrenheit. He knew that snow compacts at different rates depending on temperature, affecting prone shooting positions. In 1925, at age 20, Simo was conscripted into the Finnish army for mandatory military service. He was assigned to the Suojeluskunta, the Finnish Civil Guard, and completed his service in 1927. His marksman qualification scores were the highest in his battalion. The instructors noted, exceptional cold weather fieldcraft, prefers iron sights over scopes. That last detail matters. Most snipers in the 1930s were transitioning to telescopic sights. The Finnish Army issued PU scopes and PE scopes for designated marksmen. Simo refused them. His reasoning was simple. Scopes create glint. Sunlight or even moonlight reflecting off scope glass gives away position. Scopes add 1.2 pounds to rifle weight. Heavier rifles are slower to reposition. Scopes fog at temperatures below minus 20 degrees Fahrenheit. Finland operates at minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit regularly. Iron sights keep your head lower in the snow, lower profile, harder to spot. His instructors thought he was stubborn. They were wrong. He'd done the math. After his service, Simo returned to farming. He joined the Finnish Civil Guard, a volunteer militia, and competed in shooting competitions. Between 1927 and 1939, he won multiple regional championships. His specialty, rapid-fire accuracy at 150 to 300 meters. His method, iron sights, standing position, no shooting rest. In one 1937 competition, he scored 187 out of 200 possible points at 150 meters in under 90 seconds. The Finnish shooting community knew his name. The international community did not. That changed on November 30th, 1939. The Soviet Union invaded Finland. The Soviet Union, population 170 million, invaded Finland, population 3.7 million. The Soviet plan was simple. Overwhelming force. They deployed 760,000 troops, 3,000 tanks, 3,000 aircraft. Finland had 180,000 troops, 32 tanks, 114 aircraft. The international community expected Finland to fall within 2 weeks. The Soviets expected to be in Helsinki, Finland's capital, by Christmas. They were so confident that Soviet officers brought dress uniforms for the victory parade. Simo Häyhä, age 34, was mobilized on December 1st, 1939. He was assigned to the 6th Company, JR 34, 34th Infantry Regiment, and sent to the Kollaa River sector in eastern Finland. His commanding officer was Captain Juha Pennanen, who would later describe Hayha as the quietest soldier I've ever commanded, and the deadliest. Hayha's equipment loadout on December 1st, 1939. Rifle, Mosin Nagant M/28-30 Pisti Korva, Finnish modified version, more accurate than Soviet standard. Sights, iron sights only, no scope. Ammunition, 7.62 by 53 millimeters R rounds, roughly 150 rounds carried per day. Sidearm, Suomi KP/-31 submachine gun, 9 millimeters, 71 round drum magazine for close combat. Uniform, white winter camouflage oversuit, standard Finnish issue. Temperature rating, effective to minus 60 degrees Fahrenheit. The Kollaa sector was considered a strategic target for the Soviets. If they broke through Kollaa, they could cut off Finnish supply lines and encircle Finnish forces. Soviet High Command assigned the 155th Rifle Division, 56th Rifle Corps, roughly 23,000 men, to take Kollaa. Defending Kollaa, 4,000 Finnish soldiers. The Soviets attacked on December 7th, 1939. That's when Simo Häyhä went to work. December 7th, 1939, minus 20 degrees Fahrenheit. Häyhä's first confirmed kill happened at 11:45 a.m. A Soviet officer 380 meters away, checking a forward position. Häyhä had been lying in snow for 3 hours, watching Soviet movement patterns. He noticed the officer checked the same position every hour. Predictable. The officer stood. Hayha fired once. The officer dropped. Hayha did not move for another 2 hours. By December 13th, 1 week into the war, Hayha had 32 confirmed kills. His company commander, Captain Pennanen, started keeping a tally. Soviet soldiers were terrified of the Kollaa sector. Reports reached Soviet command of a ghost sniper who killed from impossible distances in total silence. Here's what made Hayha different from other snipers. Standard Sniper Doctrine, 1939. Shoot, reposition, move 100-plus meters to new location. Engage at maximum 300 meters. 2-man sniper teams, shooter plus spotter. Use scopes for long-range precision. Hayha's method. Shoot, remain motionless for hours in same position. Engage at 400 to 500 meters with iron sights. Work alone, no spotter. Shoot multiple targets from single position before moving. Pack snow in mouth to eliminate breath fog. Build low-profile snow hides 6 inches lower than standard prone position. Pour water on snow in front of position at night. Freezes into ice. Prevents snow from kicking up when shooting, which reveals position. The Soviets sent their first counter-sniper team after Hayha on December 15, 1939. 3 Soviet snipers with scoped Mosin Nagant rifles trained at Vystrel, the Soviet sniper school. They were ordered to eliminate the ghost sniper in the Kollaa sector. Hayha killed all 3 on December 16th. Range, 420 meters. Time elapsed between shots, 7 minutes, 3 minutes. The 3rd sniper attempted to retreat. Hayha shot him at 480 meters while he was running. By December 31st, 1939, 1 month into the war, Hayha's confirmed kill count, 138. The Soviet troops began calling him White Death. January 1940, the coldest month. Temperatures in the Kollaa sector dropped to minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit regularly. On January 15, 1940, the temperature hits minus 43 degrees Fahrenheit. At this temperature, exposed skin freezes in under 2 minutes. Metal rifle components become brittle. Gunpowder burn rates decrease, affecting bullet velocity and trajectory. Human reaction time slows by approximately 30%. Standard Soviet uniforms provide inadequate insulation. Frostbite casualties exceed combat casualties some days. Hayha operates in this environment for 12 to 16 hours per day. His method: 0-400 hours. Leave company position. Move 400 to 800 meters into no man's land. Locate elevated position or natural depression in terrain. 0-500 to 0-600 hours. Build snow hide. Technique: dig 6-inch deep trench. Pile remove snow to create 8-inch frontal berm. Pack snow to create solid shooting rest. Pour water on front berm. Freezes overnight. Prevents displacement from rifle recoil. Cover with white fabric to eliminate shadows. 0-600 to 1800 hours. Observation and engagement. Hayha watches Soviet positions through iron sights. He does not move, does not eat, does not drink. Liquids freeze. He packs snow in his mouth every 20 minutes to prevent breath condensation. He fires only when he has clear shot and confirmed target. 1800 to 1900 hours. Withdraw to finish lines. Hayha moves slowly, crawling backward 400 to 800 meters in darkness. He never uses the same route twice. This is Hayha's routine for 100 days straight. The math: 505 confirmed sniper kills divided by 100 days of combat equals 5.05 kills per day average. For context, the second highest sniper kill count in the Winter War was 42 kills total. Hayha's count: 505. That's 12 times higher than the second-place Finnish sniper. Soviet intelligence officers analyzed the pattern. They concluded it was impossible for one man to achieve this kill rate. Their theory: White Death was actually a rotation of 8 to 12 Finnish snipers using the same sector, creating the illusion of a single super sniper. They were wrong. It was one man. Here's how Hayha did it. Target selection priority. Officers, identifiable by uniform, binoculars, and command behavior. Machine gunners, high-value targets, suppress Finnish infantry. Mortar crews, provide Soviet indirect fire support. Radio operators disrupt Soviet communication, standard infantry only when other targets unavailable. Shot discipline. Hayha never fired more than 6 shots from one position. Soviet counter-battery teams needed 3 to 5 minutes to triangulate sniper position based on muzzle flash and sound. He waited minimum 2 minutes between shots. Lets enemy relax, think threat is gone. He aimed for center mass, not headshots. Larger target, higher probability of hit. Environmental exploitation. Hayha positioned himself with sun behind him. When Soviets look toward him, they're staring into sun glare. He operated during Finnish twilight hours, 3 to 4 p.m., when light is low and shadows are long. He never shot immediately after Soviet artillery barrages. They expected return fire during confusion. He waited 5 to 10 minutes after barrage ended. By January 31st, 1940, Hayha's kill count, 219. The Soviets were now dedicating entire platoons to finding him. The Soviet Union trained snipers at Vystrel Sniper School. These were not standard infantry. They were specialists. Graduates completed 6-month courses in long-range marksmanship, 600-plus meters, camouflage and concealment, counter-sniper tactics, ballistics, and wind calculation. 12 Vystrel graduates were sent to Kollaa sector between January and February 1940. Their mission, kill White Death. All 12 died. Counter-sniper number 4 and number 5, January the 28th, 1940. 2 Soviet snipers set up in a concealed position 520 meters from Hayha's known operating area. They used scoped Mosin Nagant rifles. They had orders to wait for Hayha to reveal his position, then eliminate him. They waited 3 days. On the 3rd day, Hayha spotted sun glint reflecting off one of their scopes at 11:20 a.m. He waited 4 hours. At 3:15 p.m., during twilight, Hayha fired. Range 520 meters. The first Soviet sniper died instantly. The second sniper attempted to reposition. Hayha fired again. Range 540 meters. The sniper was running. Second sniper killed. Hayha remained in position for another 6 hours. No one came to retrieve the bodies. Counter-sniper number 9, February 17th, 1940. Soviet command changed tactics. They deployed a sniper with no scope, mimicking Hayha's iron sight method. The theory, no scope glint, no detection. The Soviet sniper was highly skilled. He set up in a snow trench 280 meters from Hayha's expected position. He controlled his breathing. He used white camouflage. He waited. Hayha killed him at 2:47 p.m. range, 290 meters. How did Hayha see him? The Soviet sniper had made one mistake. He exhaled through his nose, creating a small puff of condensation. In minus 38 degrees Fahrenheit air, that puff was visible for 1.2 seconds. Hayha saw it. One shot. By February 28, 1940, the Soviet military command issued an internal memo. All efforts to eliminate the sniper known as White Death have failed. Recommend artillery saturation of suspected operating area. March 1st, 1940. Soviet command ordered artillery strikes on Kollaa sector grid coordinates where Hayha was known to operate. They deployed 152mm howitzers, 6 guns, 122mm field guns, 12 guns, 82mm mortars, estimated 40-plus tubes. The bombardment lasted 4 hours. Estimated shells fired 800 to 1,000 rounds. The target zone, 0.4 square kilometers of forest and snow. Hayha was in that zone. He survived by staying motionless in his snow trench during the bombardment. He did not run. He did not reposition. He remained in his 6-inch deep hide, covered with white fabric, while high explosive shells detonated within 50 meters of his position. After the bombardment ended, Soviet infantry advanced, expecting to find a corpse. Hayha killed 7 of them as they entered the bombardment zone. Range, 180 to 320 meters. Time, 11 minutes. Hayha's sniper kills, 505 confirmed, but that's not his total kill count. When Soviet forces launched close-range assaults, bayonet charges, trench raids, night infiltrations, Hayha switched to the Suomi KP/-31 submachine gun, this weapon, 9mm caliber. 900 rounds per minute cyclic rate, 71-round drum magazine. Effective range, 200 meters maximum. Realistically, 50 to 100 meters in combat. Between December 1939 and March 1940, Hayha engaged in an estimated 40-plus close combat situations. His confirmed kills with the Suomi, 200-plus. February 23, 1940, close combat engagement. Soviet forces launched a night assault on Finnish positions at Kollaa. Temperature, minus 35 degrees Fahrenheit. Time, 2:30 a.m. Visibility, near zero, no moon, heavy snowfall. A Soviet platoon, estimated 30 to 40 soldiers, broke through Finnish defensive line and entered Finnish trench system. Hayha was in the trench. He killed 16 Soviet soldiers in 4 minutes using the Suomi submachine gun at ranges of 10 to 40 meters. He reloaded 3 times. He fired an estimated 200 rounds. His hit rate in darkness, approximately 60%. The surviving Soviet soldiers retreated. Total Hayha kill count. Winter War. Sniper kills. Mosin Nagant. 505. Confirmed. Close combat kills. Suomi KP/minus 31. 200-plus estimated. Total 700-plus enemy soldiers killed. 1 man. 100 days. March 6, 1940. Day 98 of the Winter War. Hayha is in his standard position, observing Soviet lines. Temperature, minus 43 degrees Fahrenheit. Time, approximately 2:45 p.m. At 2:47 p.m., a Soviet counter-sniper 180 meters to Hayha's left fires an explosive bullet. The bullet is a 7.62 by 54 millimeters R armor-piercing incendiary round, designed to penetrate light armor and detonate on impact. The bullet strikes Hayha in the lower left jaw. Immediate damage, lower left jaw destroyed, upper left jaw shattered, 11 teeth removed instantly, left cheek tissue destroyed, severe bleeding, estimated blood loss, 2+ liters. The impact knocks Hayha unconscious. His fellow soldiers find him 20 minutes later. They assume he's dead. His face is unrecognizable. They carry him 6 kilometers to the nearest field hospital. Finnish medics perform emergency surgery to stop bleeding. They cannot reconstruct his jaw. No surgical facilities available in field conditions. They stabilize him and transport him 80 kilometers to a surgical hospital in Viapuri. Hayha remains in a coma for 11 days. March 13th, 1940. Hayha wakes up. The same day, Finland and the Soviet Union signed the Moscow Peace Treaty, ending the Winter War. Hayha's war is over. He has survived. His face will require 26 reconstructive surgeries over the next 7 years. Between 1940 and 1947, Hayha undergoes 26 surgeries to reconstruct his jaw. Finnish surgeons use bone grafts from his ribs and hips, metal pins to hold shattered jaw fragments, skin grafts from his thighs to rebuild his cheek. His left side of his face is permanently disfigured. His mouth is partially functional. He can eat, but chewing is difficult. He can speak, but his voice is distorted. Photographs from 1947 show the extent of the damage. His left cheek is sunken, his jawline is asymmetrical, and scar tissue covers the left side of his face. He never complains. When asked about the pain, he responds, "It healed." After the Winter War, the Finnish military offers Hayha a promotion to second lieutenant in recognition of his combat record. This is standard practice. Soldiers with exceptional combat performance are offered officer commissions. Hayha declines. His reasoning, "I'm a farmer, not an officer." He's promoted anyway. Battlefield commission, effective March 1940. He accepts the rank, but refuses officer pay increases. He returns to his family's farm in Rautjärvi in 1940. Simo Häyhä received promotion to second lieutenant March 1940. Cross of Liberty, 3rd class, Finland's second highest military decoration. Cross of Liberty, 4th class. Medal of Liberty, 1st class. Medal of Liberty, 2nd class. Finnish Commemorative Medal of the Winter War, 1939 to 1940. Honorary Rifle, Custom Mosin Nagant M/28 to 30, gifted by a Swedish businessman in 1940. He was not awarded Finland's highest decoration, the Mannerheim Cross, because the Winter War ended before the medal was officially established. By the time the medal existed, Hayha had retired. 1940. Hayha returns to farming in Rautjärvi. His family's farm was partially destroyed during the war. Rautjärvi was ceded to the Soviet Union under the Moscow Peace Treaty. The family relocates to Ruokolahti, Finland, and rebuilds. Hayha spends the next 60 years as a farmer, hunter, and dog breeder. He breeds Finnish Spitz hunting dogs and moose hunting dogs. He hunts regularly until age 85. He avoids public attention. He declines interviews for decades. When Finnish journalists track him down in the 1970s and ask about his wartime service, his responses are brief. Q. How did you become the deadliest sniper in history? A. Practice. Q. How do you feel about killing 505 men? A. I did what I was told. I protected my country. Q. Did you ever feel fear? A. No time for fear, only time for shooting. In 1998, Finnish journalist Tapio Saarelainen convinced Hayha, now age 92, to sit for a rare extended interview. Hayha's responses: on the Winter War. It was cold, very cold. I did my job, nothing more. On his kill count. I don't remember the exact number. The Army kept count. I just shot. On surviving the explosive bullet. I woke up when the war ended. That was lucky timing. On his face reconstruction. The surgeons did good work. I can eat. I can speak. What else do I need? On his legacy. I'm not a hero. I was a soldier. There were many brave men. I just happened to survive. Saarelainen noted that Hayha showed no bravado, no pride, no regret. Just calm, matter-of-fact recollection. Hayha continued hunting until age 85. His method never changed. Iron sights, no scopes. Patience. Wait hours for single shot. One shot, one kill. At age 87, he shot a moose at 340 meters with iron sights. Finnish hunting guides described it as impossible shot for someone half his age. Hayha's response: the moose was there. I shot it. Nothing impossible. He passed away on April 1st, 2002, at age 96. Cause of death: natural causes, pneumonia. He died peacefully in his home in Ruokolahti, Finland, surrounded by family. Here's the question historians still argue about. Was Simo Häyhä the greatest sniper in history? The statistics say yes. 505 confirmed sniper kills, world record, any war, any nation. 200-plus close combat kills. 700-plus total enemy killed. 100 days of combat. 12 counter-snipers killed. Survived explosive bullet to face. Lived to age 96. But Hayha himself rejected the title. In his 1998 interview, when asked, "Are you the greatest sniper in history?" his response was, "I don't know about greatest. I was effective. There were many good Finnish snipers. I just had more time in the field." Simo Häyhä is buried in Ruokolahti, Finland. His gravestone is simple. Simo Häyhä, 1905 to 2002 Second Lieutenant. No mention of 505 kills. No mention of White Death. No mention of the Winter War. Just his name, his years, and his rank. Because some stories simply don't fit on gravestones. 2 ways to tell the story of Simo Häyhä. The first way: a Finnish farmer became the deadliest sniper in history by killing 505 enemy soldiers in 100 days, survived an explosive bullet to the face, lived to age 96, and became a legend. The second way, the way Hayha himself would tell it: I was born on a farm. I learned to hunt because we needed food. The Russians invaded. I was called to serve. I did what I was trained to do. I survived. I went back to farming. I lived a long life, that's all. But here's what that second version leaves out. The part where he packed snow in his mouth for 12 hours a day to eliminate breath fog. The part where he built frozen ice berms in front of his position to prevent snow displacement. The part where he killed 12 trained counter-snipers sent specifically to kill him. The part where Soviet artillery fired 1,000 shells at his position and he survived by staying motionless in a 6-inch trench. The part where he killed 16 enemy soldiers in 4 minutes in total darkness at minus 35 degrees Fahrenheit. The part where half his face was destroyed by an explosive bullet and he woke up from a coma the day peace was declared. The part where he lived another 62 years and hunted moose at age 87 with iron sights at 340 meters. The part where, when asked how he became the best sniper in history, his answer was one word: practice. Simo Häyhä didn't see himself as a legend. He saw himself as a farmer who did his duty. That's the most terrifying part. Because if a man can kill 505 enemy soldiers in 100 days, survive having his face blown off, live to 96, and consider it all just practice, what else is humanly possible that we've simply never tried?